Hey guys, it's Trey here once again with another video, and today I want to go over something that I missed in my last video, which was creating a table component. If you haven't seen that, please go check that one out. What I missed in that video was the fact that we want our table to be pageable. So basically, right now, if you use the table component, then you'll see that everything in that list was just going to show up on the table. But let's say you want to have pages, so you only want to show, say, 10 items per page or something like that, right? Well, right now, our table does not have that functionality. So today I want to go ahead and add that in because I think that is a pretty big part of a table component. What you can see here is I added a few more names in this list of people with their ages. And what we're going to do is we're going to create we're going to use the same table component that we created last time, but we're going to add functionality to have the pages. So if we go to the table component here, this is where we left off with it. And now we're going to add in the pageable functionality. So if you have not seen that last video, please go watch that one so you can catch up to where we are here. And that's where we're going to start from. To start this off, I want to change the way we're displaying this. So if we come down here to the body, and when we're grabbing these values out of the list, we only want to grab a certain amount, right? So we're going to need to do that by having a page. Each page is going to hold a certain amount of items from your list. What we're going to do is we're going to pass in a page number and a page size. So when you're creating your table, you can just add that in. So we're going to go up here to the top. In the properties, we're going to add in a page number. And we're going to set that equal to 0 to start off with. And then a page size. And we'll just set it to like 10 or something like that, right? Okay. So if we save that, sorry, it reformatted for me. So if we save that, we can see here, and this here is where our props are. And we have added this page number and this page size. All right, so from here we can go down and create some state that will keep track of what page we're on. So I'm going to type in use state. And here I can click, and it's going to add this snippet for me. And I can just set the state. And we're just going to call this page. And then we're going to set it equal to our page num to start off with. So this is pretty much going to show which page we're on. So at the top up here, you're going to import it from React, and we're just going to say use state. All right, so that error should go away, but we'll still have those issues right here. And we'll solve that in a minute. So now we have this page state here, and it's starting off by being set to whatever the page number is. So now we're going to go ahead and use that information to display only the items that we want to see on this page. The way we'll do this is we're going to go down here to the body and actually change the way we're displaying this. So instead of getting everything from this list, we're going to slice it. So we're going to say list.slice, and then we're going to want to start at whatever the first element of this page is, and we're going to want to end at wherever the last element on this page is. The first parameter is going to be the page that we want to, the item that we want to start on. So we're going to actually grab the element out of the array using this. So the first element that we want to display from the array. So we're going to say page size. Then we're going to multiply that by page, and this will give us our starting page. Then we're going to want to say page size. Then we're going to multiply by page, and then we're going to add on our page size. All right, and that will give us the last element that we want to display on this page. So page size times page is going to be our first element that we want to display, and then we're going to continue up until we get to the page size times page plus the page size. Let's just do a quick example so you can understand what I mean. So if we come in with a page number of 0, right, we're going to set this page to page number, which is 0 in this case. So when we get down here to actually displaying, we're going to say the page size, which in this case is 10. We'll multiply that by 0, and that's going to be 0. So we're going to get the 0, the first element out of the list, And then we're going to continue to go from 0 to 1, 2, 3, all the way up to page size, which is 10. And then we're going to multiply that by 0. And then we're going to add 10. So basically we're going from 0, because this will equal up to 0. And then it's going to go up to 10. All right, so that works for if this page is 0. So if we change this page to 1, then we'll see that it'll be the page size, which is 10, and then we'll multiply it by 1. So we're going to start at 10, and then we're going to get the page size, which is 10, and we're going to multiply by 1, and we're going to add 10, which will be 20. So we're getting 10 up to 20. So that's how this is going to work. So we're just going to grab what we need depending on which page we're on, and then that will display the same way. So for the most part, that's pretty much all we need here. The last thing we need to add is the actual buttons to change to go to the next page and go to the previous page. So we're going to do that here, and we're going to just add a T foot. So we're going to add a T foot element. Then inside of this element, we're going to add an empty TD. So this pretty much is going to allow us to get to that second, because we want to put the buttons in the middle. We could just do a width of 100% and then just do like a text line in the middle, but this way we'll have it where it's going to always be under that middle column, and we're just going to do it this way. You can do it however you feel. I'm just going to do it this way because that's the way I feel like doing it. We're going to add this TD, and then we're going to add some styling to it. This is pretty much just going to give us some padding around our buttons so it won't look like it's crowded. So we're going to say padding. And then we're just going to add, let's do 10 pixels vertical and 0 pixels in the horizontal direction. All right, so that's going to set up our cell for us. And now we're going to add in our buttons. So we're going to say button. And then this button is going to be our back button. And then we're going to add a label. This label is going to have our page number to let us know what page we're on. So we're going to say page +1, because we do not want to show 0 as the first page. We want to show 1 as the first page. All right. And then we're going to add another button that is our next button. Okay. So from here, we need to go ahead and just actually make these buttons function. So what we're going to do is add an on-click method for both of these. We're going to say on-click, and I think I'm just going to create some methods at the top of our class up there. We'll just call this one, I guess, on back. And then we'll call this one on next. All right. So now we have those. Let's go ahead up here and create these two functions. So underneath our page here, we're just going to come in and create these two functions. So we're going to say const on back. And then we don't need any parameters. We're just going to check to see if we can go back, because if it's already at the first page, we don't want to go back again, because we can't go back again. So we're going to check to see if it's possible to go back again. And if we can go back, then we will. If not, we're just going to return the same page. The way we'll do this is we're just going to set the page, and then we're going to do we're going to use a ternary operator to check this. So we're going to say if page -1 is greater than -1, then we're going to return page -1. Otherwise, we'll just return the page. Oh, this first one should be a question mark. So that will set our page for us. And then we'll do the same thing for the next. So we're going to create a function for on next. And it's pretty much going to be the same thing. We're going to set page, except the only difference is we're going to go up a page. So if the page +1 is less than, then we're going to say the list.length, and then we're going to divide by the page size. All right, so that should give us the last page. So if the page +1 is less than the last page, that means we can go forward to get to the last page. Otherwise, we're just going to return the page, the current page. So we'll say return page +1, or we'll just return page if it's not. All right, so that should handle our next, and that should handle our back. And we have the buttons here, and we are displaying the pages. This should be good to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this React project by typing in npm start, and this will run our project. All right, so as you can see here, we have our stuff. Let's see if we can go to the next page, and we can go to the next page. So we're displaying 10 at a time here, and we see our buttons, next, back, they are working, and we see the pages displaying as 1 and 2. So now at this point we have a pageable table. At this point you're pretty much done with the creating of the pageable table. Now you can just style these buttons however you want. Probably give a little bit of space in between here, and do whatever. So I guess I might just throw some basic styling on here to kind of match what we got going on. So if we go back to our code, we can see that we want to space out this button a little bit. I mean, this label a little bit. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna add some style, and we'll just say, let's add some padding. And we're gonna do nothing in the vertical direction, and we'll do like 5 pixels in the horizontal direction. And we go back to our page and refresh. We see we got a little bit of room here. Maybe let's do 10. Matter of fact, let's just do 1 EM. Let's see how that looks. All right, a little bit more space there. Okay, so that's decent. Now let's do some styles for these buttons. All right, so for the buttons, we're gonna go up to the top up here. I think I'm just gonna go above where the table declaration is and just create a style. So we're gonna say const btn style, and inside of here we're gonna give a background color of black, and we'll do a color of white, and that's going to be our style. So let's go down here to our buttons and add the style. And we're going to set it to btn style, and we'll do the same thing down here. Boom. So this should update our style. Let's get rid of the border as well. So let's go up here and we'll say border none. Let's try that. There we go. And we'll do a little bit of padding just to make it look a little bit better. So we'll say padding 5 pixels and 10 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. So some buttons there. We could add some hover if we wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. So here we go. So we have a pageable table now. One last thing I want to do is show you how you can just change the page size. If you just go to the table here in your app.js and set the page size, we'll set it to, like, let's just say 3. And now you have a table with 3 per page. All right. And if we try to go at the highest, it won't go. The lowest, it won't go. You can also add it where this button grays out or just disappears entirely, or however you want to do it when you're at the lowest page. But it's up to you. This is pretty much a start for you, and you can take it to wherever you want. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel and all that jazz. And I will see you guys in the next video.